What's going on? Welcome to another wonderful episode 44 of A Fighting Chance. I'm Jared, and of course we have Salvador the Ox Garcia. How's
Hello.
it going, my man?
It's going good. I'm
How's the
excited that
weather
we're
there?
back.
How's the weather?
It's rainy. It's very rainy. There's a big storm.
It's really loud. The rain.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
It's a little obnoxious.
Yeah, it's really annoying. No, so it's been raining there all day?
Yeah, pretty nasty. But I'm hoping that means we get some cold. That would be nice.
It's been hot there.
It's been very hot. It's been record hot.
Really?
Yeah, everywhere.
Dude, we had a cold front. It's pretty nice here.
Yeah, but northern Florida is a little better with the cold.
Yeah, you're in that South Florida.
Yeah, we're in the south. In the swamp.
So,
But, you know who's out of the swamp?
who's out of the swamp?
Alex, but no, that's weird. That's weird. That's wrong.
That's wrong.
I guess you could say he made it out the mud, is what the kids say.
Dude, I gotta say, this was one of the first UFCs in a long time this past weekend that I was into all of the fights.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's been a long time since I've been sitting on the couch, not falling asleep by the end of them, and just stoked till the very end.
Well, you know, it was the fourth fastest main card of all time. It was
because of the finishes, right?
Yeah, so it was 19 minutes, which is 2 minutes less than the amount of control time Jailton Almeida had on Derek Lewis last weekend.
Wait, the main card was only 19 minutes of fight time?
Of 19 minutes of straight fight time, that's it.
That's crazy.
And a chunk of that time is the Mackenzie Dern fight because I think that went 2.
Dude, how many minutes was that? 2 minutes?
19.
No.
That fight? No,
Yeah.
that was
How
they
many
went
minutes was
around round and a half, so like 7 minutes.
Okay. So, and that was probably 7 minutes too long. So you could say that the main card was only 12 minutes long.
Yeah, really.
That's amazing.
Very amazing. It was exciting. Like you said, every fight was pretty exhilarating. And a guy that you were high on did pretty good this weekend.
You're talking about my man Benoit? You're talking about Benoit?
Benoit?
Dude, did you hear Bruce call him Benoit?
Did he really?
100%.
Benoit.
Yeah, I was like, all right, Bruce. You're better than
Hang
this.
it up. No,
You're better than this, buddy.
That'd be the worst if he retired.
What do you make of that performance, honestly?
I liked it. I think Matt Frevola should have given like a little more respect to Benoit. It looked like he was gonna, that's how he usually fights. He just comes forward and is aggressive in your face. And Benoit was also aggressive in his face. And then he got head kicked.
But I mean, would you say that head kick is? I mean, it's almost a lucky head kick, wouldn't you say?
I don't know. I think it was very calculated because he saw that Matt Frevola does run a lot, and he saw how he would cut out of that angle, just kind of run out, and tossed up the kick. It was actually a pretty high IQ move. A lot of guys would just let him run.
All right. Wow.
That's
so
what
where does it?
think.
All right. So if I've been high on him, where does he go from here? Because I said last fight give him top 5. So what
Dana
do you
himself said he could do top 5.
Oh,
yeah. So,
Dana White himself, who's now been on this past weekend with Theo Vaughn.
Yes, I was watching it today. Awesome.
Dude,
awesome. They're shitting on the Peloton guy. It's great.
Does anything make you more excited when you see on your screen Dana White on this past weekend?
No, I clicked on it literally immediately.
Dude, that's an instant click for me.
Yeah, this past weekend is instant click, but throw Dana White on there, it's over.
Yeah, for sure. That's different level of click for this past weekend.
Oh, yeah.
But okay, so who do you want him to fight? I know you're saying top 5, but
I say you put him with Gamrot. He's close enough to top 5. He's not gonna get too big of a fight next, given how the Fiziev fight went. It didn't really he didn't win technically. So I think you put him with Benoit, let him fight an up-and-comer again, one more. And then
you don't think Benoit has to fight somebody below Gamrot, like somebody like Jalen Turner, somebody like...
You could do Jalen Turner, but I mean, if you're saying you're going based off of, like you said, if I'm high on him, give him top 5. I think that's the guy. It's not quite top 5, but it's close enough.
All right, Jalen Turner will be good.
Yeah,
Dan
because I
Hooker
almost
is
feel
matched
like
up.
Gamrot's not in the position to say no to any matchup right now.
Why is that though? Why is Gamrot not getting respect?
I think obviously it's stuff that's out of his control, like the injuries. But definitely the Jalen Turner fight. I guess people are very mad about the decision. Same with the Armin Sarukian fight. So he's just had very close fights because he's a technical guy, and he fights hard and he has close fights.
But he's winning them.
Exactly. So it's like, it's not. I think it's a more exciting fight for him, and it can do more for him if he takes this guy out. Then, like he already had the Beneil fight. He had his chance at breaking into the top 5. It didn't work out. Unfortunate situation last fight. You move on. Try to take the hype from this guy.
Dude, MMA math. It's so crazy looking back on what Charles did to Beneil and what Beneil did to Gamrot.
That's what I mean. Like the levels are very clear right now. Like there's a big jump from top 3 at lightweight to the
Sal, here's my question: is it levels or somebody's night?
I think it's levels because they're having that night consistently. You know what I mean? It's not just, oh, he was on that night. Like if they're on every time they come out, then what is there to say other than
no? But
that's
like
where they're at.
Beneil was on with Gamrot.
That's a more favorable matchup. Gamrot doesn't hit that hard. His striking isn't that. Gamrot's another awkward guy. Beneil is very good at being awkward. Yeah. So I think it was just favorable. They were grappling a lot more than they did in the Charles fight. He got him on the hands. I think, it's a mix of everything. There's matchups, obviously, styles, but some guys are undeniable.
You had Frivola. You did.
I had Frivola, yeah.
You did.
But I guess I underestimated how tough this guy is.
How do you feel about him now? You feel like he seems so like he's got this like little soft French accent. I love him, dude. I love listening to him. It's awesome.
Soft French accent.
Dude, he does. Like listen to him. He's very soft spoken.
It's terrifying though.
He's cute.
But yeah, I like him. I think he's gonna do good.
Yeah.
Mackenzie Dern got destroyed.
My girl. I was really rooting for her. Dude, okay. Yeah. So now that you brought her up, now that you painted this picture, so the whole fight week leading up to this fight, Mackenzie Dern is like mentioning her divorce and like the media and talking about like paying out this guy and how she's still paying him off with her fight money and how it's going to be like the fight of these divorced women from between her and Jessica Andrade. Like you're seeing this, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Sweet. So it's not just me blowing some smoke here. No. So I said to David, I go, dude, so she's commenting on how she's got to pay this guy off still with her fight money. And I said, correct me if I'm wrong, but can't you imagine he's hanging out with his buddies right now, ordering pizza, be like, all right, buddies, here's our time. Let's go, Mackenzie.
Performance of the night bonus.
Yeah, like get that rear naked. Like, come on.
That's messed up.
Is it?
No.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, I think she never. I mean, from the jump, and hindsight obviously is, 2020, but
not mine.
Oh, but I think the matchup favored Jessica pretty heavy.
Dude, yeah. Knockout was a plus 500. That's ridiculous. Yeah. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, I think she had fights really close to each other. Like she fought 5 times this year. And anybody to do that, it's going to take. Look at it, Gilbert Burns.
Yeah,
who was like the highest of the highest levels, and even he couldn't keep up with that pace at the top level. So she had rough fights. She fought people who fought for belts. She is a former champion. It's not like she didn't do all of that. And Mackenzie's always been an odd striker, so I mean, it wasn't like too hard to see how that would go down.
Disrespectful odds. I really felt like they were.
Yeah. Yeah, because like even Mackenzie's fight, she looked good against Angela Hill, but Angela Hill doesn't hit like Jessica Andrade hits. Just
No,
a
but it
different
is
power.
it is pretty crazy how well Mackenzie did against Angela and how well Angela's been doing.
Well, because Jessica has good, or not, sorry, Mackenzie doesn't have bad striking. Like, she's gotten better, but it's the power advantage that, like, even if you can, you can be in a back and forth with Angela Hill, you can't do that with Andrade. She's fought, 135ers, 145ers. So she's used to real power. And, Mackenzie's small.
New York crowd had terrible energy, by the way. Terrible.
Yeah.
It was like
The
Orlando.
worst.
Yeah.
The worst.
But
Nothing's like Orlando. Don't even.
no. Well, it was on that level of like, all right, are people there was nothing crazy. Yeah, that's how it felt. But all right, so then we get to the last two fights. I don't know if there's anything else worthy of talking about from the card. There probably is, but
oh yeah, I'm forgetting Diego Lopez absolutely demolishing Pat Sabatini. I did not see that going down on the hands.
yeah, what do you think about that guy?
That guy's awesome.
He's fun.
That guy. There's no way to not like that guy. He's pretty badass.
Yeah, he's good. I saw Lupi Godinez was doing some translating for him on the MMA Hour, which was pretty cool. Yeah.
Lupi's good too. That was a good win. I didn't get to watch it, but I heard it was pretty decisive over Ricci. It was a good prospect.
There was something crazy in the judging that happened in that one. There was somebody who gave Ricci or gave Lupi somebody gave Lupi like a 30-27, and Ricci definitely won a round. Or it was
I
might be talking about a different fight, but there's some.
No, I think I saw
judging.
that. I saw that like everyone was like right outcome, but this shouldn't have been scored like this.
Yeah, it was just there was one judge who just kept throwing out some interesting cards.
Was it Derek Cleary?
I think so. It usually is.
Probably.
It usually is. And they still give him work though.
Yeah, consistently.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think other than that there was too much that went on. So top two.
Until.
So let's paint this, right? You're watching the co-main, getting ready to watch the co-main. Are you nervous specifically for one guy over the other? Like, holy
okay,
shit, this is real.
So I guess leading up to the fight, like, you and I talking about this the last few weeks, and I stand behind like what I've said about Sergey. His last 6 fights, I mean, they're definitely a higher level of fighter and a higher ranking of fighter also than Tom has fought. And he's been getting these first round knockouts. I mean, we witnessed one in Orlando.
Yeah, 6 in a row.
Yeah, he's very scary. I mean, Tom will say he's a very scary fighter. I mean, he'll tell you every 2 seconds.
Yeah.
So I will say this. I was saying Sergey, I mean, Sergey was in camp. I mean, Tom getting this on 2 weeks notice is very different. I mean, Sergey wasn't training for Tom, but he wasn't helping training partners prep for fights. He was actually in an active camp. So I definitely thought
Tom came off the couch too, like vacation.
Yeah, lightly
training.
Yeah, and we're now learning he had a back injury too while sparring. But I will say this. I did like that night watching it. I really wanted Tom to win. I really did. I know I talk some shit sometimes on some British guys, but I really do like Tom. I really did want him to win. I do feel like I feel that bond that I talk about when listening to fighters where you connect with them. I do feel that with Tom. I think he's done a great job of carrying himself just as a person, like throughout this UFC career that he's had so far. And so leading up to it, I really did want him to win. And but I can't say that I didn't spend like a crazy amount of time like listening to media days and whatnot, because at the end of the day, like, I mean, even if Tom's the only one that speaks English well out of the 4 of them, none of them are entertaining. Like you can watch the press conference. None of those guys are entertaining. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Like Tom's like trying to throw like, his dick is bigger than mine jokes by the end of it. And even that's like, everybody's just like, ha 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 ha, ha. Like, it's like,
Whoa.
yeah, it's like, none of it's great, but but at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. Like, the entertainment side of it, somebody's going to get knocked out. These are real fighters. These are real
Yeah.
warriors getting in there who hit hard, who have trained hard, who are very, very skilled, not just at landing a heavy shot, but they're very, very skilled strikers, jiu-jitsu with Tom. I mean, Sambo with Sergey. I mean, these are scary men for sure. So I couldn't have been happier for Tom, and I couldn't have been more. The excitement of that first round was awesome. I mean, they were both getting rocked. They were both. I mean, you knew, because it was awesome that David was away with his family for the weekend. So it was just I was just watching the fights with Emily. She actually stayed up the whole time, which was really cool, and she was like really into it. But literally, just you knew in that moment, either one of them could have went down. Yeah. And somebody was going to. Like, it was like, somebody's going to go down. This is not going to last long. And I was so happy for Tom. I've heard now, like, about, like, you know, his flailing little dance, his like fish out of water dance. I mean, just the emotions pouring out is pretty awesome. And, you know, listening to everything, listening to the relationship of him and his dad is freaking beautiful, really. It's, you know, you listen to Chael talking about like these moments of his dad, like, you know, showing him like his text messages with Tom's mom and like all these things. And it's like, it almost like, I mean, it'll bring a tear out of you. Like, it's like, it's very real. It's raw. It's emotional. I think the love that him and his father show each other, and like even just like the simplicity of it, like, you did good tonight, kid, like those kinds of like things. It's like, you did good, like, and like the dad sending to his mom, like like the mom sending back like he always does, like that kind of like shit. It's just like, I don't know, there's something about that just makes you love Tom. And like he's back in England with his like wife and kids like the next day. It's awesome. I couldn't be happier for him. I think that this division is a mess right now. Like a complete mess. Bad. It's really bad. It really is, because they want the John Jones Steve Bay fight. Like, they really do. John Jones still holds that belt. And I don't know, man. I sometimes feel like John Jones just has dirt on Dana White, because it's kind of ridiculous at this point. Like, Tom to me is the undisputed champion.
Yeah, like, you know, it's bad anytime you have to start looking at interim title defenses. Like,
that's crazy. That's crazy.
TJ Dillashaw, Renan Barão bad. Like, you know,
I don't even know what that is, but it is that bad. I agree.
That's how TJ got the belt. Basically, I think Aldo got injured for a while. So Renan Barão won the interim bantamweight belt. Okay. And he was on like I think a 27 fight win streak. It was something crazy.
I've never even heard of that guy.
You've never heard of Renan Barão?
No.
Are you serious? He's one of, like, for a little bit, he was one of the greatest ever.
What happened to him?
Just injuries and like weight cuts, and he started missing weight. But he was interim champion. He was supposed to fight Jose.
Of bantamweight? He was interim. Okay.
Yeah, like he defended the belt twice. He defended the interim belt twice before he even got a chance to fight for the real belt. And then TJ beat him on like short notice, on like 2 weeks notice. And TJ wasn't even at that point. He had lost like 2 in a row. He was just a guy off of.
Wait, so TJ got the interim belt by beating a guy who was defending the interim belt?
Yeah, who was like a 27-0 undefeated just monster.
That's
wrecking
shady.
Everybody.
Shady. I don't like it.
Well, I mean, then he actually like defended it against everyone.
No. I don't mean that. I mean, I don't want that for Tom. I don't like this being.
Yeah, like that's the situation. It left a mess. Like that whole thing lasted about 2-3 years before everything started back into normalcy.
The one thing that I think that this almost has going for it is I don't think anybody's going to beat Tom.
Yeah.
I don't think Ciryl Gane is going to beat Tom. I think so Ciryl Gane is an amazing striker. And if they actually had a striking fight, it would be a very, very competitive fight. I think Tom could go out there and do what John Jones did to Cyril Gahn.
Yeah, he has that about him. Like he's very. You could kind of tell it from his first fight. I think he fought Jake Collier in his debut. Like he was just not oddly because he's older and he has a lot of experience, but he was very composed. Like especially for a heavyweight, being that size and having that power, he was pretty smart. Like if he had to get the takedown, he had to get the takedown. He's just like a machine. Like he just does what he does, and that decision making, I think, is what's gotten him obviously this far. So I think with Cyril, he wouldn't even try to play that game.
Yeah, why would you?
Yeah,
just submit him.
Maybe you want to try it out. Like he wanted to stand and bang with Sergey Pavlovich, and Sergey ended up on his back. So who knows? Maybe he can go out there and.
I think Sergey's a harder guy to take down than Cyril Gahn, though.
Oh yeah, he's a harder guy to even crack. Like when have we even seen Sergey get cracked like that? Maybe the Alistair fight, but that was early on. Yeah, I like Tom. He's legit. He's very legit.
So, do you sit him on the sidelines and wait for John Jones? What do you do? Do you give him a big pay-per-view in London fighting Curtis Blades again? I mean, there's good options here.
I think they got to see how this Kobe thing plays out with Leon. Because if we're in a situation where they're not taking 2 UK champions, I don't think that's a card that they're too focused on stacking. They still have Patty and all that. So I think depending on if Leon retains that belt, then you'd maybe look at doing Tom in the UK defending the belt once, if he wants to fight that soon. I know he has his back hurt. So it depends on that. Like, I think that's a big factor.
I think if Leon keeps his belt, they're going to a stadium this year or next year.
Yeah.
With the two of them.
Then that makes sense. Like if you have 2 UK champions, you can put Leon. I mean, I don't know if they'd headline an interim heavyweight over Leon.
Heavyweight's a big deal, though.
Yeah, like they always put heavyweight.
Yeah, heavyweight champion is a big deal.
Yeah. So yeah, I think it depends on that. And if not, then you wait for whenever Jones wants to fight. Assuming he makes quick work of Stipe, they could make that by the end of the year, end of 2024, or maybe summertime.
But Jones can't fight for how long?
I think they said 6 months. So like mid 2024, he'll be back.
Okay.
He already got surgery. They said he's recovering fast. I don't know. If everything goes to plan, who knows if this, like, you know, maybe it's a situation where he's like, shit, I can't come back from this.
Yo.
Too old. He relinquishes. They promote him to real.
Sal, what a perfect time for Jones to get hurt with USADA not being in the game anymore.
That is very true.
Oh my God. I didn't.
Accusations.
I never thought about this. That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Jones is coming back real soon and real saucy.
Oh yeah, he'll take all the, because when they're hurt, they can technically take them to.
Oh yeah,
they just have to re-enter to the pool. What Connor did.
Oh yeah. Jones is ready to go now. All right. Well, that happened.
Yeah, and then there was more.
And then there was, don't go to sleep just yet. There's one more fight. So, I don't know. I feel like this was the most 50-50 fight for a title fight I've ever experienced.
Yeah.
Leading up to this one, I was like, all right, Yuri is a samurai. He is, I don't know. It's one of those things that just, okay, you hear about Alex's elite kickboxing, but Yuri is the mixed martial artist who's complete. You just don't know. But, I really felt like I knew in the first 30 seconds when Alex landed his first kick.
Yeah.
It was one of those things. It's like, all right, everybody's had this. It
shifted the energy.
It did, because it's like, all right, that hurt Yuri already. And the amount of elite fighters that have been hurt by this kick that you can't even see coming because there's no turn of the hips or anything. It's just wild.
Yeah. It's so fast. It's so powerful. And yeah, and it was clear he started reacting immediately. It wasn't like when guys just start, they eat it and then they move on. Like even Israel did a better job of hiding it.
Right.
Then Yuri was like straight up.
You
clearly hurt. Yeah.
But What did you think leading up like to that finish?
I thought Alex was winning. You could kind of see Yuri getting his rhythm. Like even before the last sequence, he cracks him with a right hand, and maybe that woke him up a little bit. But yeah, I think it was just a bad matchup for Yuri. He's a guy. Alex is a guy that's so calculated, and he just found the opportunity and he took it.
Were you disappointed? Did you think early stoppage? Did you?
Initially, I thought it was a little early. Not like I agree with the stoppage. I think just for the sake of it being a championship fight, you can let it go. Maybe another 5 seconds at most to just see if like it's not just he threw him on his back.
Mm-hmm.
Especially considering the Glover fight, like how back and forth that was. He got knocked out a few times.
Yeah,
he said he got knocked out against Dominic Reyes, and then he came back. So I think you have to consider the guy, obviously.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean it's a fair stoppage. He was pretty hurt, and he even said it after.
He did, and until then, it was. I mean, Emily was like, "That was very early." David immediately texted me saying early. I mean, everybody was saying early online. And then Yuri was like, I was out. It's funny because I was just going to say, if Yuri had said, I respect Mark Goddard, but I was still with it, that's not taking anything away from Alex. That's still showing respect to the game. But he was just like, no, I was out. I was like, okay, I guess you got to take his word for it.
Yeah, it's like a weird thing because he hurts him with the elbows and then he kind of pushes. It looks like he just pushes him forward and they fall with each other. But I mean, he just fell back for a reason because he was out of it. So I think he saved him from some brain damage, which is never a bad thing. If you don't need more damage, you don't need more damage. So.
And then you were stoked for Alex to call out Israel. Adesanya.
Yeah, I thought that was hilarious. Adesanya. I thought that was cool.
Why? Explain this to me.
It was just funny. It was like he never stops trolling this man. It will never end. And,
but do you want that fight?
At 205, yeah. I think it's a different fight at 205.
You want that to be the next fight?
No.
Okay.
I wouldn't mind seeing it. I don't think that should be the next fight. I think the next fight should be Jamal whenever he's cleared.
Nice.
But say he beats Jamal, 205 is in a pretty pretty weird situation right now. I guess you could give Johnny Walker the shot, but look what Jamal just did to Johnny Walker. So how soon do you want to throw him in that? So I think maybe if Alex gets 2 or 3 wins, why not do Izzy? And that fits his timeline.
Do you see Alex beating Jamal?
I don't think so.
You think Jamal's going to win?
I think Jamal would win that one.
Oh, wow.
I think Alex, he can take a shot, but he's been hurt a lot and he's getting a little older. Obviously, him moving up helps him take a shot a little better than at 85.
Yeah.
But I think people underestimate how sharp Jamal is. Like
they really do. They really do. Dude, they really do.
Power.
They definitely underestimate his fight IQ. Like he never gets that due.
I think other than Yuri, this is the hardest hitter this is probably the hardest hitter he's faced, dude, at least in the UFC.
And he's landed the most significant shots at 205.
Really? Ever?
Yes.
Jamal ever in what, like
in a fight?
Fights?
In a fight.
Oh, in a fight. Yeah. With Glover, I mean, he beat his master's ass basically, which is why I think that fight is so exciting too. It's like it's like a movie.
Yeah. I mean, that was why Yuri was exciting. Same reason.
Yeah. But even Yuri's he didn't really beat Glover. You know what I mean?
Dude, I think
some fluke.
Glover won that fight until the last 30 seconds.
I think everyone pretty clearly had Glover winning that fight. Probably 4-1. It was back and forth, but it was pretty clear who was winning.
Still one of the greatest fights of all time.
Yeah. But Jamal, I mean, I've never seen anyone just flat out deny Glover like that.
Dude, look at that chain of events. Because if Glover didn't get submitted, Alex wouldn't be the champion right now. This whole thing is crazy. It really is.
Yeah.
And it happened literally in the last like 30 seconds.
Johnny Walker's just up in there. Or the Magomed thing, like, if that fight wasn't so ass, then Jamal wouldn't have never been champ.
Yeah.
And I don't. It's a whole mess.
I
But
think
it's exciting. There's a future.
if Alex beats Jamal, I think Alex versus Johnny Walker is an awesome fight.
If Alex beats Jamal,
Yes, if Alex
then you
beats
do Johnny
Jamal,
Walker.
I think Johnny Walker for the title against Alex is an awesome fight.
Yeah, I like that, and it makes sense because like if he beats Magomed, they're not gonna give Jan a title shot again. They're not
Right.
gonna give. Well, there is Jan versus Rakic. I guess we wait to see how Rakic does. But I don't think one win over.
No,
Now
I think
Jan
I think
Blachowicz
John I
gets you a
think
title
Johnny
shot.
I think Johnny is higher than Rakic. I think if Johnny does to Ankalaev what I think he could do and will do, I think Johnny's one of the more exciting fighters at 205. I think if Jamal doesn't win, that's a great fight of somebody's gonna definitely get knocked out in that fight.
And they rebooked it. Him and Magomed, I think, for sometime in January. So it'll happen soon. We'll see. That'll get cleared up.
All right. Are you pumped for this weekend?
What is this weekend is it's on the tip of my tongue.
That's what
Brendan
I'm asking.
Allen versus Paul Craig. Yeah. I'm not excited.
Is
I'm
it
always
Michelle
excited for fights.
Pereira? Michelle Pereira is on this card? Maybe.
No, he just fought.
Really? Okay.
Michael Morales is on this card.
Oh, okay.
I think he's gonna be champion. He's probably my hottest prospect at 170 right now.
Really? Morales?
Yeah, and that sounds like I'm just hating on Ian Gary, but
It does.
I think this guy's pretty legit.
Best at 170. Better than Shavkat?
Best. Oh well, Shavkat I already consider he's in title talks. That's different. This guy's like, he's still unranked. He's making his way through. So how young is Shavkat?
I don't know.
Like, is he feels like he'd be 45.
He's 78 years old.
Yeah. 29. So yeah, he's damn near 30 already. It's different than
Okay. What's Morales?
he's like 21, 22. He's super young.
Jeez. Who did he just
He made
beat?
his debut, I think, when he was 20.
Who did he just beat?
He beat Max Griffin, who's
Okay.
really good.
Yeah. In the UK, right?
Yeah. And then he knocked out Adam Fugit or Fugit. And
Forget
knocked out
about
Trevin-
it.
and then he knocked out Trevin Giles.
Wow.
Yeah, so he's got a nice little run.
That is good.
And now he's fighting Jake Matthews, who's like a very, very good test. I like Jake Matthews.
Is that the co-main?
So actually, yeah, I'm actually very excited for that. I want to watch that for sure.
This is at the Apex. They're putting Paul Craig at the Apex.
They're putting Paul Craig at the Apex.
That's disrespectful.
They're putting Drew Bear at the Apex.
That's just disrespectful.
I think he's gonna beat Brendan Allen. That's my pick.
Wow.
I believe in middleweight Paul Craig.
He was really good last
That
time.
noise?
That's Paul Craig.
Can you hear that?
Yeah.
It's him yelling.
Man, they're both really good. This is a tough one too.
Yeah. I think Paul Craig is very big at 85. And so he'll be able to neutralize a lot of stuff that Brendan is good at just because he's a big 85er.
When was the last time Paul Craig fought out of the UK?
It's been a minute. Maybe the Jamal.
I think
Hill
it is
fight?
I think it is that one.
Yeah, because he beat Johnny Walker in the UK. Or sorry, he lost to Johnny Walker in the UK. Oh, no,
that
it
was in
last
Brazil.
fight.
That was in Brazil.
Okay, so then, yeah, January.
Yeah. No, but he beat
My bad.
Munoz after that.
Yeah, Moon. Yeah, well, that was in. Yes, that was. I forgot they did Aspinall and Tybura
All right.
in the UK.
So we're not that excited for
That
this
card was
card.
so bad.
Is there any MMA
No.
news? Is there any MMA news that you're excited about?
Yes, there was a big one, and now I'm blanking.
I got something.
What?
What do you think about Aljo versus Calvin Kattar?
Oh yes, I wanted to bring that up for sure. I
So
like that 150%. Book it right now. Book it right now.
Who do you have in it? I know
Calvin Kattar. Calvin Kattar would do bad things to Aljamain Sterling.
All right.
He would. It's just how it is.
This is so sad, man. This Aljamain Sterling thing is very sad to me because I really like him, and I think in any other world he would have a rematch against Sean O'Malley.
Yeah.
This is crazy. Like, and then he's like, "Oh, I'll just, I'll let my boy Merab get it," and Merab's not even getting it, and Cheeto Vera's getting it. It's just ridiculous.
Yeah, and most likely Cheeto's gonna lose, and then it's just gonna end up being Merab anyway.
Right. And then
like this is a wasted title shot that he could be getting. And I don't even like Sean O'Malley.
And we're giving somebody who's considered one of the greatest bantamweights of all time a top 6, 7 of the division, of the featherweight division. What is he?
I'm not a believer in him moving up. I don't think he's big enough. I know he struggles to get the 35, but I don't think that's a good move for him.
He's towards the end of his career.
Call it a career right now.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what we both. Yeah, I'm like he's done. He's done.
He had a crazy run. He beat Henry Cejudo.
Yeah.
He beat TJ Dillashaw. Like he beat Piotr Jan twice. I mean, like, dude, you did it. You literally did it all.
It's getting us like
you can.
It's getting close to 100,000 subscribers on YouTube. It's getting nice.
Yeah,
for him.
dude. Yeah, he's killing it.
Yeah,
he can. People like him. He can keep going with his content.
He's got.
He's the most title defenses ever at bantamweight. No one can. I mean, until someone beats it. Look how long that stood, and this was the guy to come and do it. Like he's an all-time great. I think
he could try out acting. That'd be good.
Got him. But yeah, I just don't like the Calvin matchup for him. Calvin's too big at 45. He can wrestle, and I think he's too violent.
Definitely violent. I agree with that.
He's never done good with guys who are that fast, that violent. Like, Piotr Jan was an exception because he's smaller. It's easier to, to roll with him. But Calvin is a big ass dude. Calvin could fight at 55.
Yeah, but Aljo's got that Ray Longo energy.
That could change everything.
It goes a long way.
Okay, man, I'm trying to think. I know there was something. There's been a lot of big fight announcements for UFC 297 in Toronto. People were kind of bummed about how shitty that card was looking, but they've stacked it up pretty nicely.
Who's Mike Malott fighting again?
Mike Malott.
I saw he got
Neil
a big
Magny.
fight. That's big.
That's it. They got Dominic Reyes, Carlos Olberg.
Oh, I didn't know about that.
He's gonna get fraud checked.
You think Carlos is gonna lose?
Yeah, I believe.
Dude, Dominic Reyes really could use a win.
And I think this is the guy to get that win against. Dominic, he's just, had some unfortunate fights.
Dude, if Carlos Olberg wins, he's knocking on Johnny Walker's door.
For a title shot?
No, not for title.
To book that fight?
No, to book some big fights. Maybe a Ryan Spann, maybe an Anthony Smith.
Oh, yeah.
Big fight.
Yeah, they're looking to push him as soon as they can.
But, there's no reason not to. He's been doing great.
Yeah. I mean, against not top 15 in the world.
Okay, so if he... But, if he messes up Dominic Reyes, what does that make you feel? Because it's not Dominic Reyes who fought John Jones.
Exactly. I think this is the same situation that Patty is in. And I think how he talked about it was actually pretty. He was like pretty self aware on the situation that if he beats Tony Ferguson, who's old and on a 6-fight losing streak, no one's gonna care. It's a lose situation, and if he loses, it's even worse because you're losing to an old Tony Ferguson on a 6-fight win streak. So is this like everyone knows the old Dom? Like everyone is aware of his talent, how his skills, and how he can put it together when he's on. But if he goes out there and again gets knocked out in one round, it's be like, okay, like, you know, the guy's past it.
No, it's still good for him in the rankings though, because Dominic is still
For the rankings, yeah.
Dominic's still got to be top 10, which is crazy.
I just mean for his, you know,
Yeah,
the respect for his actual abilities. So I don't. If he beats Dom, then maybe you do him like him and Khalil, unless you want to bump him up faster than that and give him like loser of Rakic, Blachowicz, maybe.
mm-hmm.
I don't know. Like we said, 205 is messy right now.
It's interesting to fly Carlos Alberg to Toronto without any other CKB guys, unless there are others.
I don't think so. And also, like with him, I look at what Kennedy and I don't know how to say his last name.
Yeah, and Chikawani
from Fortis and Chikawani or something like that.
Uh-huh.
But look at what he did to Carlos Alberg, and that guy was, you know, scratching at top 15.
Yeah, that's true.
I just think he hasn't faced like true competition yet, and every time he's had to step up, it hasn't looked great at all. But I'm just being a hater.
Yeah, it's easy to hate on Carlos, isn't it?
Yeah. Chris Curtis is back versus Marc-Andre Barriot.
That's a tough
What
fight.
do you think? Yeah, I like it.
I'm going Action Man.
Me too. I can never go against Chris Curtis.
Yeah.
It's just impossible.
Yeah.
And Brad Katona from the Tough.
Okay.
2 seasons of Tough, 2-time Tough winner.
Yeah.
Is back. I think he's awesome.
Yeah.
And he's Canadian. So that works.
Who's he fighting?
He's fighting Garrett Armfield.
Okay, he should get this win.
Yeah. Should be a good win. They got Charles Jourdain versus Sean Woodson. That's a badass fight. That is a very good fight at featherweight.
I'm going Charles on that.
I'm going to go Sean Woodson.
Really?
I've been pretty high on Sean Woodson. I know he was out for a little bit, but I think he can do really good. His build is pretty crazy for 145. The dude is like 95% legs.
All legs on the woods and
yeah. Oh. And he's got vicious elbows and knees. I don't know. I think it'll be a good 145 fight. And then Arnold Allen versus Movsar Evloev.
That's a crazy fight. Is that the is that the co-main?
That's not the co-main. There's 3 more fights after that.
Ooh, all right.
I think Arnold pulls that one off.
Yes, I think so too.
I'm not super high on Movsar. Then Jan Blachowicz versus Alexander Rakic 2.
This is a good card.
Yeah. And then Raquel Pennington and Mayra Bueno Silva for the vacant bantamweight title.
Terrible. Terrible.
I think Raquel... I mean, actually,
no.
Mayra's pretty good.
Yeah, I think she is too.
Mayra's pretty good, but I think people forget how good Raquel is.
I think Mayra is just more dangerous, more violent.
Raquel's gone 5 a lot. Like at this point, she's been able to push the pace and get wins. But Silva, I mean, like I'm looking at it right now, she lost to Manon Fiorot, who's a 125er.
Yeah. Via
decision. And then everything else is like quick wins. And then Holly Holm. I don't know. I'm going Raquel on that one. I think she pieces her up.
I'm going Juliana Pena is going to beat both of them.
Yeah. I hope she becomes champion again.
Don't you?
That'd be cool. I like her. I'm a fan.
She's definitely she's the most likable, more entertaining personality in that division.
Yeah.
She's fun.
Yeah, the division's so dull.
She's fun.
Super fun. And I mean, she beat Amanda Nunez in her prime.
Yeah.
So there's nothing you could take away.
Yeah, she had one of the most exciting moments in UFC history.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And then the
And
headliner.
then
Sean Strickland versus Dricus Duplessis.
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 Sounds like you're saying the pussy.
Dricus Duplessis. Isn't there somebody who calls him that?
I don't know.
Dricus Duplessis.
They shouldn't. It's actually it's a pretty obvious choice of a shit talking name.
Yeah, Dricus Duplessis.
Yeah. Yeah. That's rough.
I don't even know, dude.
That's rough.
Like, as a fan, 100% I want Sean Strickland to win because I never like to see Sean Strickland lose.
Yeah.
But it's hard to say Dricus isn't gonna just do what Alex did and run through him. As much as I hate saying that.
If Sean wins this fight, how great is Sean?
He's an all-timer.
Yes.
He is genuinely like...
If Sean wins this fight...
Yeah, he's like an all-time great.
See, that's where I'm saying. Because I love Sean so much. If Sean wins this fight, I truly think he is one of the greatest fighters of all time.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. And his wins keep aging.
Yeah. Yeah.
Gracefully. Like Brendan Allen is fighting in a main event this weekend.
Right.
He made him look like easy work.
Yeah.
I mean, like, he technically has a win over Jared Kennedy. Like, he's fought so many people in that division and won inside the top 15 that it's crazy. It's like,
yeah.
I don't know, man.
I bet there's something to be like. I bet there's something online that's like if you put $100 on every Sean Strickland fight, where you'd be now. I bet there's something out there that shows you that, because like Sean
Probably
Strickland,
be up.
Yeah,
dude. In 2020 to 2021, Sean Strickland to go 5 rounds was free money, basically.
Right.
Free money.
Yeah.
The man would go in there and just put on an insane pace, destroy someone for 25 minutes, and then go home in his Nissan.
He pretty much retired Izzy.
I know, like, it's so crazy that we're talking about Sean Strickland in his first title defense. Like, it doesn't even feel real.
Yeah, that's true.
But it is, and it's happening in Canada of all places.
That's so disrespectful. I don't even know how he's getting to Canada.
Yeah. Yeah, he had trouble getting into freaking
Australia.
So who knows how this is going to turn out. But I'm excited. Yeah. I hope they make it to the fight. We'll see.
I do too, man. Anything else, my friend? Did you remember? Did you remember your thing?
No, I straight blanked. I'm such a noob.
We'll get it next time.
We'll get it. Full shizzle.
All right, my man. Well, have a good week. And you, please, all you people who listen to this or don't, tune in, share, ring that bell for notifications. And thank you so much. We'll be back.
Peace.